Welcome to day 6. They say anger is a problem. I say it's a fuel. Let's be real, some of my best workouts have come from some of my worst moods. Frustration transformed into reps. Stress burned off one lunge at a time. And today, I came in with a fire that needed an outlet. So instead of carrying that weight on my mind, I put it on my legs. And what followed was a session that tested everything: my patience, my endurance, and my ability to stay upright. Let's get into it and see if I almost made it or not. Hey guys, I'm Prateek. I'm not a fitness guru, not an influencer or a productivity geek. I'm just an ordinary guy trying to create an extraordinary life. How? By implementing the lessons from powerful books. Now you see, most people read books, but very few actually implement them. That's what this channel is all about. Real life action. No theory, no fluff, just straight up action-packed insights that can elevate your life. The first book that I'm going to implement is The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. Why? Well, if I can master my mornings, I can master my days. And if I can master my days, I can master my life. At least that's what the book says. So let's get into it and see if that book is really true. The first segment of the day, the move segment. So I started off at 5 a.m. sharp. No delays, no excuses. And the first thing that I do before lacing up my shoes is usually my morning elixir, which is some warm water, fresh lemon squeezed in, 1 spoon of organic honey. It's a small ritual, but it sets the tone. It's clean, focused, and ready. Then I head down to the gazebo where the real work begins. First, obviously, is always the mobility warm-up, standard routine to shake off the stiffness. But the fun started with the dynamic warm-up. 30 mountain climbers, 10 burpees, which is always enough to question my life choices, some hip circles. Then I did a 30-second deep squat hold. This one is still a battle. Watch this. Watch how I lost my balance. I almost fell. Then I did some 10 lunge reaches. This one felt smooth. 10 leg raises, 10 squat jumps. And squat jumps are always a rude awakening. And then began the real workout. It was just one session today, but it was a monster session. So 2 rounds of 20 lunges, 20 Cossack squats, 20 split lunges, 20 reverse lunges, 20 squat jumps, and 100 plank leg lifts. All in under 18 minutes. And guess what? Your man did it. 17 minutes, 49 seconds. Just 11 seconds to spare. But let's be clear, this wasn't smooth at all. The reverse lunges, the split lunges, they burned my thighs. Pure struggle. By the second round, I felt my legs weren't even legs anymore. Just 2 unstable and trembling liabilities. But I didn't stop, because stopping is easy, right? It's very tough, but yes, this one did change me. I wrapped up with an active cool down and a chakrasan. My legs were shaking, but my mind was completely locked in. We move into the second segment, which is reflect. Today's meditation was about anger management. Why? Well, because last evening, I let it get the best of me. I got into an argument with my wife, and honestly, it wasn't even something very big. It was something very trivial. But this morning, the irritation was still there, sitting, brewing. And that's the thing about anger. It just lingers. So I sat with it, breathed through it, and for the first time, I realized something. It wasn't the argument that bothered me. It was my ego, the need to be right, the need to win. But at what cost? By the end of the meditation, the tension was gone. In hindsight, it all felt so small. I'll say this, anger isn't the enemy, but holding on to it is. I journaled right after, wrote down 3 things that I'm grateful for. First one is always waking up today. Never take that for granted. Second was resisting my cravings last evening. I got invited to a party, drinks were flowing. I wanted to cave in, but then I thought, if I slip up, I won't be able to train or shoot or record myself tomorrow. and that kept me on track. And the third thing that I wrote down was the ability to self-correct. We are all flawed, but thank God I've started to see mine and I have begun work on it. The final segment of the day is the grow segment. Let's call this one the trap of one day thinking. I read another chapter of the 5 a.m. Club today, and this line, just hear it out. Most people die at 25. They're just not buried until 75. Think about that. Most people give up on their potential very early. They settle, they get comfortable, and then they spend 50 years watching their life just happen to them. That's the trap. One day I'll do it. One day I'll start the business. One day I'll fix my health. One day I'll chase my dreams. But that one day never comes. Because the longer you wait, the more comfortable you get. And comfort, it's the death of everything great. So here's my takeaway today. Act now. Even if it is small, even if it is imperfect. Because waiting for the right time is how people waste their entire lives. So day 6 is done. Was it tough? Yes. Did I have a reason to skip? Also yes, but I showed up anyway. And if you're watching this thinking, I'll start when the time is right, that's the biggest lie you'll ever tell yourself. Start now. Start messy. Start before you feel ready. Because time, it won't wait for you. Drop a start now in the comments if you've ever caught yourself waiting for the right moment. And if you're serious about rising up, subscribe. This journey is just getting started. See you tomorrow once again at 5 a.m.